Do you know that the day you start buying a property, that is the day you should start thinking about writing a will? As a matter of fact, not thinking, it means that you need to call your lawyer and let your lawyer know that you want to write your will, whether you are married or you are not married. Do you know that when you start having kids, and maybe that is when you start, acquiring properties, you should start writing a will. This is so that in the event that you depart this mother earth, your kids do not turn against each other because they want to, share the properties that you have left behind. Unfortunately, what we are seeing playing out today is that in the event that a father dies or a mother dies, kids actually turn against themselves because there was no will stating how the properties or inheritance are supposed to be shared. My name is Obinje. You're welcome to another beautiful day with me, and today we're going to be talking about wills and inheritance. And if you really, really love this topic, please take your seat and do engage with this video. And if you're just seeing me for the first time, you're welcome to this channel. Please do subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notification, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget that you can also share this video with your friends. So wills and inheritance, and the problem we are facing today in the society, mostly African societies. I can speak based on that because it's a reality that is taking place in the African society. You see that a family loses either a father or a mother, but in most cases they lose their father, and you see them fighting amongst themselves because there is no will stating what you are getting or what she is getting. There is no will stating how properties are going to be shared amongst the kids. There is a story that was posted some days back on social media about this family that was, that sold a property of their father at the sum of 60 million Nigerian naira. And when they shared this property, there was a little, confusion left, right, and center because there was no will saying that when you sell this property, this is what you're supposed to get, or this is what this person is supposed to get. So this family were, having this little fraction amongst themselves because the mother said that it's her husband's property, so she's entitled to the whole money. But because she's the mother, she's going to split the money halfway with the 7 kids on the ground. So she was saying that she was going to be taking half, and the remaining half the kids should share it. But on the other hand, the most senior, a man, said he is the senior. He was going to be taking more than everybody because he's the most senior and he's the man in the family. So he broke it down how each person was going to be, compensated. And he said that the mother, that is the wife of the deceased, was going to be taking 5 million naira. He will be taking 14 million. His 3 younger brothers were going to be taking 10 million naira each. And the 3 younger sisters were going to be taking 3 million naira. Obviously, you do not need to be told that they were not happy with the sharing pattern because the money doesn't belong to you. The property doesn't belong to you. But why should you take the bulkiest? Because that is, if there's any English like that, why should you take the largest? Because you are the senior. What has your seniority contributed, or what has your seniority done that you should be taking more than what every other person is taking? And this is the problem. Perhaps they might have settled themselves or not, but what the essence of this video is to let you know that when there is a will, it makes things easy for everybody. You know that this is what you're going to get because the original owner of that property stated so in his will. But people don't do that. Now, let me branch aside a bit. I once worked in an insurance company, and I was drafted to the part where we go, intimate people to sign up for life insurance. And one of the problems we encountered is that most times when you tell someone to come and do a life insurance, see, literally speaking, they pick their shoes and they're on their heels. Why? Because they feel that you want them to die. Most times we get a lot of them telling us that, God forbid, we are going to live to our ripe old age. Unfortunately, they don't understand that if you sign up for a life insurance, doesn't mean that you're going to be dying anytime soon. Even if in the event something does happen, there will be money on the ground for your family to use to cater to your needs. Likewise, if you sign up for an insurance for your property or your business. I know someone who signed up for a car insurance, and in the period of the tenure they had an accident, and by the time they recouped their money, they were able to buy a better car than what they had lost. So that is the thing. Our people don't understand insurance, and it's a situation whereby they don't even understand insurance. You can understand why they don't think it's necessary to write a will. And on the contrary, they do not know that when you write a will, you are not dividing your family. As a matter of fact, you are even avoiding the problems that will come in the future. Sometimes I feel that they know that it's necessary that a will should be written, but the Africanness in them doesn't allow them write a will. I want to assume, don't fly with my assumptions, or perhaps they don't even know that they need to write a will. But it will be shocking if you are in this age and time and you are buying properties and you are not writing a will down, simply because you feel that your children will not turn against themselves if something happens. You don't have to leave it to chance, because you cannot vouch for tomorrow. Unfortunately, like I said, that's the scenario that we are seeing playing out today. And another thing that is even more worrisome is the fact that the ladies involved in this kind of scenarios are the ones who are the bitter end of the story, because you hear cases like, she's a woman, she does not have any reasons to inherit her father's property. She's going to get married and move into another man's house. So can you imagine her inheriting from her father and taking to her husband's house? It doesn't make sense. The thing is that you are all legal children of the man. So if there's a property to be shared, you are all supposed to go with equal amount of the property, unless where the will stated that you, because you are the firstborn, you take this property, or you, because you are the beloved, you take this property, or whatever. The owner of the property has the right, the reserved right, to share his property just as he would want to, or just as she would want to. But then again, like I said, that is where the problem is. People unknowingly or unknowingly do not write wills, and it causes a lot of problems. And in one of my videos where I talked about sibling rivalry, this is one issue that causes sibling rivalry in the future. The man or the father or the mother, they live without a concrete plan, a concrete will stating that you take this, you take that. And you see these children in future where money is involved if care is not taken, friends become enemies, siblings become enemies. So wills are a necessity. They are necessary. From the very first day you start to acquire a property, whether you are married or not, you should be writing a will. And I want to look at it this way. Let's assume you are not even married and you have the mindset of writing a will. Eventually, when you get married and you start having children, because you already know the importance of writing a will, you are going to document it down so that you know that your kids are not left out. The other day, one of the reasons that prompted me to make this video is the other day I heard a story about a man, unfortunately, who passed on, and his kids still little. When he passed on, his brothers came and confiscated his property, leaving the wife and the small kids to Mother Nature. There's another case of next of kin, which is a big problem we are facing in Africa. For goodness sake, a next of kin doesn't in any way mean that you are the one inheriting property. A next of kin simply means that in the case of an event, you are the one that they are going to reach out to. It's not in any way stated that because you are next of kin, then you are the one that is going to inherit his property, you are the one that is going to take his money or whatsoever. This is the case of the story I said. This guy, next of kin, he just felt that because he is the sole administrator to the account, the money was his and he was spending it just as he would have wanted to, because the owner of the account made him this, the next of kin, forgetting that this deceased has a wife and children. And that's another thing we should be talking about. If you are married, on no account should someone else be your next of kin. Even if you are going to be willing properties to someone who is not your wife or your children, on no account should you make a third party. Now, I'm not going to tell anybody what you should do with your business, but I do not see reasons why you should make a third party your next of kin when you can't really vouch for people's attitude when you are no more. Now, this guy made this brother of his next of kin, and because this wife in question did not have anybody to take up her case, this brother left with the money, claiming that he's the next of kin, he's the inheritor. And this brother in question, the deceased, did not leave a will on the ground. Perhaps if there was a will on the ground and there was rancor left, right and center, the lawyer would have heard of the case and he would have come out, just like a particular story again that was trending on Facebook about these brothers who were fighting about the property that their father left behind. And it got to the hearing of the lawyer that this deceased, his children were fighting over property, and he came out to let them know that your father, before his untimely or his timely demise, he had written a will. And the lawyer read the will out in the presence of the witness, because if you are writing a will, you definitely need a witness to make sure that everything goes down well. So he read the will for the sons and the daughters in the presence of the witness. And you see, it's very good that, should in case you are going to write a will, you need an audio and a written document to ascertain that it's truly yours. Of course, you are going to impress your signature there, but it's always good to make a video or an audio of it. And in the event that you leave, everything falls out right. So I'm just making this video to let each and every one of us know that we cannot operate the way our parents were operating. And that's not saying that every parent back then did not leave a will, but majority passed on without leaving a will. Times are different right now. The information is out there, the knowledge is out there. If you do not even know how to go about it, just pick up your phone and go on Google, and you will get everything that you are supposed to know about a will. Do not on any account acquire properties when you know that you have children on the ground. Even if you are certain that your kids will not turn against themselves, can you vouch for your brothers and your sisters? Can you vouch for cousins? And since you cannot vouch for anything, do not take that chance, do not take that risk and live without having a will on the ground, so that stories that touch the heart will not be let out into the public. So guys, please do bear with me. My neighbor is doing some kind of work over there and it's really affecting me here. So guys, I hope you understand the story about the will and inheritance. And unfortunately, women are most times at the receiving end of this whole thing, because they feel that they will move from the house somewhere else. So in most cases, sometimes they don't get anything in some cultures in Africa here. So unfortunate, but I believe if you watching me today know the importance of a will, if you have daughters, if you have kids, you will spare them any brouhaha in the future. So thank you for staying tuned with me today, and I hope you did enjoy today's video. I'd love to hear what you think about all these wills and inheritance and everything that has to do with it. And please don't forget that you can subscribe to this channel, turn on your post notification, give this video a thumbs up. Please do share this video so that a lot of people know the damages that are being done when they do not write a will down, when they do not document who should get what and who should get this down for everybody to see and know. So thank you for staying with me, and I'll see you another day. Bye.